Hello, everyone. Welcome to a beautiful story we're going to be telling called Heartforge Siege. Little D&D actual play we've gathered here for you on the transmissions. My name's Emily. You might recognize me from some of our other projects. I will be your dungeon master today, mwahaha. And I use she, they pronouns. I'm going to go ahead and let my players introduce themselves, say their names, their pronouns, and tell you a little bit about the characters they'll be playing today. Go ahead and get started with Chloe.
Yeah, hello. I'm Chloe, also known as Chloe. I use she/they pronouns. My character is called Moxie Darrow, and Moxie is an Earth Genasi and a Way of the Open Hand monk who also uses she/they pronouns because I'm nothing if not original.
Mike.
Amazing, amazing. I didn't know whether we were all getting introduced or just like
I will
Sorry,
introduce
popcorning it over.
everyone
my bad.
in one go.
It's all
Let's
good.
go.
It's all good. I am Mike. I don't pick up on cues. I use he, him pronouns. And today I will be playing Carlin Stormbane, who also uses he, him pronouns for much the same reasons as Chloe said. And he is a Shadowkai barbarian, which is kind of like an elf in the service of the Matron of Ravens. And he's just a sad boy with an arrogant sense of personality. So, it'll be fun.
Okay. Um, I'm Ray. I use they, them pronouns. Um, and I will be playing Ilroka Patis, Dragonborn Ranger. I'm not, oh, she's a lady. Sorry. She uses she, her. Um, I don't know what else to tell about her at this moment in time. So I'll leave it for that.
Hi, I'm Leah, and I am playing Amira Lazuli, who is a dwarven cleric. She is a knowledge domain cleric, and we both use she, her pronouns.
Hello, I'm Miranda. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Arthur Scramble, who is a turtle sorcerer. He's kind of the same, he, him pronouns as I am currently using. He is the same size as everyone else, so he's not like a small turtle. And he is wearing like an Indiana Jones style hat because he's a cool archaeologist.
That is a detail that I'm very happy to know,
I
just
love the
for my
hat.
own satisfaction. Ah,
I love him
good
already.
hats.
Yeah.
Yes. Um, so yes, this wonderful party of adventurers does not currently know one another. They are all assembling today for a special event happening in the dwarven capital city of Irvan on the world of Trell, which is my homebrew world. They're gathering for a special event happens once every year called the Crowntop Crag. It's a lovely event, big, hyped up gladiatorial arena, free for all to enter with the one goal of taking the crown from the emperor's head and becoming emperor for the day, which is something that the current emperor did. A Goliath named Jupiter did this 25 years ago, and wouldn't you know it, the crown decided to stay on Jupiter's head for the last 25 years, which everyone has really, really strong opinions about. But it's been a peaceful time the last 25 years. Jupiter's been doing a great job, and yeah, everyone's excited for another attempt to take the crown off of the emperor's head. And I'm sure, judging by the name of the story you're about to hear, nothing at all other than that will happen today. Um,
It's just a fun old
so
free-for-all.
A
Nothing
normal
else
day.
going on
yeah,
here.
nothing else, no complication, just a chill day today. Um, so I would like to begin by bringing our camera in on Carlin. Carlin, you had just the absolute wildest dream you've ever had last night. It was truly bizarre, truly phenomenal. I would love for you to start us off. We're gonna have someone rolling right away. I would love for you to roll a wisdom saving throw just to see how much of that dream you can recall upon waking up in the morning.
For a
We
second there,
shall
I was like,
find out.
wild way to begin a campaign.
That's a 14.
14. That's pretty good. That is definitely enough. I don't have to have you wake up with nothing, which is great. Yeah, you're in your dream, you are floating in an expanse of stars. Um, don't really have much of a sense of body, of self. It's just sort of your consciousness is floating in this expanse of space. And off in the distance, tiny, unassuming, is a little rock, um, sort of flattened at the top with a a tiny, almost miniaturized. This almost looks like a little clay model of a city. Um, you recognize this city. It's where you currently are. It's the city of Irvan, which you know to be nestled. It is the dwarven capital city, so of course it's underground, nestled in a little magma fissure. But you just see this little. You're not sure if it is a miniature or if it's just you're seeing it from far away, somehow floating in the stars. Definitely not a view of the city that is typical. But you're just out looking at the city from afar from this strange perspective. And the sense of time of passage is a little strange. Feels almost as if time isn't flowing. It seems like this moment just hangs. You're not sure what brings your attention to this to over but once you do your attention is brought um sideways, you it is very clear why. Looming, massive, impossibly colossal, you see what it must clearly be the matron of ravens. She is gorgeous, resplendent, masked, has long flowing ebony hair that fades out into the starscape. Um, and she is staring calmly, silently, but just her eyes are fixed on the city of Yvonne. Um, no words are spoken. She does not seem to acknowledge your presence. She does not seem to be anything but calmly observing the city. And a strange sense comes over you of perhaps dread, perhaps anticipation, but as you awaken, you are left with the question as to why would my matron have her eyes on the city like this? A strange portent for what you have expected to be quite a fun day. You are here to witness a tournament and perhaps track down a particular individual. Why don't you, if you don't mind, let us know both what Carlin looks like and what kind of lodgings he has found himself within the city.
So he's in a small, simple room, clearly just a kind of simple tavern that he's found lodgings in. Wakes up very discombobulated by this dream. Um, doesn't like the feeling of being just a consciousness floating. So first thing he does is kind of just taps himself all over. God, thank God. Oh, couldn't do without this body. And he will kind of sit stark upright. Um, he has tattoos all across his chest, arms, back. But if you look closely, like the black ink work underneath it, there are red lines. And he appears to have permanently adorned his body with every scar he's received in battle. Stands up, gets out of bed, stands at kind of 6'2", very kind of mesomorphic frame, so wide shoulders, tapering down to kind of a thin waist, muscular. Looks every bit the barbarian that he is.
Wonderful. I love that. And as Carlin begins to go about getting prepared for his day, getting prepared to travel to the Four Corners crossroads, where in one of the themed arenas at this in this location you will be going today. Our camera zooms out along the dwarven streets through the sort of honeycombed, carved out structure of this, as I said, massive rock just suspended by all sorts of steel framework in the middle of this thing. Our camera zooms towards um, the building where our contest will be happening today. Where once we're inside, we see a large, just plain, flat, just ring of dirt. In the past, this contest has involved complex geared mechanisms, deadly traps to avoid while making your way to the king. But as more and more years have gone by and less people have found themselves able to best Jupiter in this contest, the it has gotten more and more simplified. It has gotten more and more bare bones to now it is this almost purely martial, no gimmicks, no tricks, just a ring, and whoever enters that ring. Um, Surrounding this, we see rows and rows of stadium seating. This is a large building. This is a several thousand people will be able to attend this event, and even at this stage, many of these seats are already filling with a buzz. There is a strange, almost electronic sounding music like resonating throughout the structure. It is slightly atonal. It is a bit hard to explain in terms of like what it sounds like, but mechanically, it is sort of. This is just a fun fact. Light is shown through various crystals as they like turn in a kaleidoscope fashion, and that just sort of like natural fractal whatever causes this like electronic sounding music to result. It is typical dwarven culture in this world. But where our camera focuses itself is not within the arena itself, not on the stadium, but outside in the line of aspiring competitors, on the line of last minute side signups. A bit of a scuffle has broken out between two people, both of whom are sitting at this table. Um, I would love for Chloe and Ray, if you could describe yourselves, whoever wants to go first, describe both yourselves and how this scuffle, this little tussle between you guys, how that began.
Yeah, I Moxie is like kind of very averagely height, kind of like 5 foot 4'5'5", somewhere around there, and is built quite a sort of slight build, but almost kind of like you'd see like a runner or a swimmer built, where they're like quite muscled, even though they're not like broad so much. She has this kind of grey brown, kind of muddy colored skin with like cracks in it, and this like wild mop of like red hair that kind of just like falls around their shoulders that they clearly have never brushed in their life. Um, she wears like big baggy trousers, and a kind of bands around her hands, and is kind of standing with like chest out, trying to, almost like maybe occasionally on tiptoes, just like trying to look a little bit bigger and a little bit taller. As then next to that sign up sheet, and like trying to like casually sort of trying to like lean on it, but it's not really made of like a type of, it's not a shape that you can easily lean on, so they're trying to look really relaxed, and they're just kind of like um, yeah, yeah. And they're like, they're like, if anyone wants a warm-up challenge, I'm good for a warm-up challenge, because you know, because I need to get ready for the tournament, and you know, you can't beat me because I'm really good at this stuff, you know. Anyone? And it's just kind of like trying to flag people down that are not interested.
Oh, where do I where shall I start with Uruk? Uruk, she's this quite small but quite muscular person. Oh, I don't know. I came here for a challenge. Why the heck not? So, let us
Oh,
now.
you actually they should kind of stumble and go, you do want a challenge, you want a challenge now? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let,
They just sort of start jumping up and down a little bit, like, yeah, let's fight. We can fight right here.
so imagine, if you will, Ilrock, who is a 7 foot dragonborn ranger. Um, um, she's covered in white pearlescent scales, and her horns and her long fingernails purple, and kind of the tips of her fingers also kind of purple. She's got big red eyes. Whatever hair she does have is kind of in braids behind, kind of on top of her head between her horns and her ears. She's kind of ready to kind of make a gladiatorial start. She's looking quite flashy. Not her typical ranger get up, but definitely like all the weapons you might associate with a ranger. Um, so yeah, she might walk up to Moxie and go, so what, you're looking for a challenge? You're looking for a warm up? What are you looking for? What are we talking about here?
So, warm-up challenge, because I could beat you in a fight. I could, yeah, could just be fists.
With just your fists. All right.
Yep.
You reckon so?
Yeah,
Well,
I reckon I could.
let's have at it. Let's have at
All right, all
it.
right. And they kind of like jump back and forth a few times, uncertain, before they actually go in for a punch.
Go ahead and roll initiative, you two.
Oh, nice.
Begin the game with PvP. Oh, that's
Oh,
14.
and that is 10. So you have the initiative.
Yeah, like going straight in to try and punch you. I think they go like they go like they're going for the face, and then they kind of think better of it and kind of angle downwards a little bit to kind of go for the arm instead. Um, do they hit? This is the question. What is an 18?
All right. I don't know how to roll for that again. So if somebody reminds me to roll for resistance.
It'll be against your ace, your armor class. It is
Mm.
a static number that should be on your sheet
Oh, yeah.
somewhere.
So you rolled a 18,
So,
and my armor class is 14. So
ah,
I think, yeah, looks like that might have hurt me just a little bit.
yeah, and I kind of jump back, and I'm like, see, yeah, I've got this.
All
There
right,
is
all
a
Bit
right.
of
group
texture for one,
gathered.
Ed.
There's a group of soldiers, members of the Order of the Forge, the sort of military religious military force that maintains peace in the city and also is running the event. Um, some people who were like in the line ready to take in applicants who look like they're thinking about maybe stopping this, but they don't seem particularly pressed. They in fact look as if this is maybe a great way to start their day. Carry on.
All right. So let me see.
Oh, don't forget to roll damage. This
Oh,
is
yay.
doing damage. You are fighting each other.
Oh wow.
Brilliant. This can only go well. This is 11 damage.
Okay.
And I do have an extra attack.
I don't know where to put that, to be
You
honest.
sure do.
So I guess having seen that, like, and Moxie will be keeping an eye on the like kind of garden people that are around anyway, and kind of seeing that they're not really interfering is almost like seems to bolster her confidence a little bit, and she's like, all right then, all right, and we'll go in for another punch.
Okay.
Which is a 15 that time. So it still hits.
Yeah.
So it's 12 damage.
Oh my lord. Goodness me.
Oh my god.
Where do I put this? Hang on. Damage.
So it would be 23 total. My gosh. Before we even
Wow.
started.
Yeah, this is not going well. But let me have a look. So
Anytime
you
you
know
want to
what?
back out, you be my guest.
Okay. I'm gonna try and grapple the arm that she just hit me with.
Oh, nice.
So how do I do that again? I'm so sorry. I'm so useless in this. I
Yeah, no
haven't done this for
worries.
such a long time.
That's okay. You'll
So
be rolling an athletics check, and Moxie, you'll be rolling either athletics or acrobatics.
I would love to roll acrobatics.
That makes
Ooh,
sense.
it's a 12.
Ooh.
Should be coming in anytime now, I hope. Okay.
Oh.
Ow.
So with a natural 3 and 4 on the dice, you guys are like loosely like slapping at each other, but just barely Moxie's able to slip out of your grasp. Oh
Aha.
no.
Can't catch me.
All right. Do I want to like up the ante? Nah. I'll go, you know what? Fair game to you. I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, I told you I'm gonna win this thing. I am. I've changed my accent. I didn't mean to do that.
Do you want to do that again?
It's all gone a bit Bill Sykes here.
I just kind of slip into Cockney whatever I'm doing.
Would you like to do that
Yeah,
again?
you see? Hey, you see? I'm gonna win this thing. You just watch.
I wish you the best of luck
Oh.
and have fun with
Well,
that crown. And thank you for the challenge. And
well,
I'll,
thank you for accepting my challenge. I'm Moxie, by the way. And I'll put a hand out to shake.
okay. Ilrock's giant paws will come your way and probably envelop your hand and give you a hearty shake. My name's Ilrock.
You're quite big, aren't you?
You didn't notice that before, huh?
Well, I was too busy punching your face. I want to move out the way next time.
Yeah. You're a good hitter. I'll give you that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Are you going to be fighting in the tournament too?
Well, I don't know yet.
Well, maybe you should. Since you're so punchable and all.
Well, I was hoping to show off my skills, you know. I don't think being a punch bag is on my list of skills, but if you say so,
But you'll have to
maybe.
come prove it then.
Okay. All right. You're really gunning for a fight, aren't you?
Well, not a fight necessarily, but it's what I'm really good at. So
Where did you
if you
train?
Oh, I trained at home, nowhere particular. It's that you've probably never heard of it. It's just this little town. Um, Definitely very, very, very impressive place to train, and not just a small town guard. Um, yes, but I'm really good, so that's why I'm here.
Good. I'm here for a challenge, and you gave me a little bit of that already. So
Well, you're very welcome, and
mark
just
one
gives
on
like
the
a mock
success.
curtsy. Well, maybe I see you out
One
there.
of the oh, sorry.
Go on.
Uh, one of the soldiers approaches, saying, "Sorry to interrupt. If you were planning on signing up for the tournament, time is ticking. Um, things are we're just about to close. Do you need a spot of healing there? Um, this
Oh,
If you wouldn't
sorry.
mind, if you wouldn't mind.
Yes. No, it's part of my job. I thought I'd be doing it after the event rather than before, but no, it's all good. It's all well and good.
Sorry, me
And
pa says I don't know my own strength. And sometimes he's
hey,
right.
that might serve you well today.
I hope so.
Certainly, certainly seems like it'll be a good show. And he chuckles, and a few of his buddies chuckle in the background. You see one pass a little bit of money to the other. But yeah, you're able to be. He lays his hands upon you, Ilrock. You are healed back to full.
Oh,
And
thank
both
you
of you
very
are
much.
able
Yay.
to
Yay.
sign up for the tournament should you wish. I feel
Okay.
pretty confident that Moxie will be signing up.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
Moxie's name
pretty
is already
sure.
on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. And Ilrock, are you signing up as well?
Um, is this the last day
This is the
for
last day.
signing
The
up?
tournament is today. This is the
Yeah.
last. This is the last moment.
All right. I'll go for it. Screw it. We'll see what happens.
Love it. Excellent. Um, as you two get signed in, our camera pulls out and moves to another area the within the stadium, high up in overlooking the stadium, overlooking the arena itself. Um, on one end of the stadium, seating is in sort of a slightly more than a semicircle, but along one wall there is a large flat wall with a big hole cut out of it that is elegantly adorned, regal, clearly the royal box. Curtains are drawn over the box to hide its contents from the exterior, but of course, a portrait of Emperor Jupiter sits above and to the sides, and it's very, very clear who's in charge. Within this box, looking over the events, presiding over security for today, in charge of many of the Order of the Forge members who are inside this building today. Leah, would you like to describe your character?
Yes. So Amira is a um she's tiny for a dwarf. She's like a 3'8" dwarf, but she has 5 foot energy. She is about 3'8". She has very like bright red hair, and she is wearing mithril plate armor. And you know, if looking at her, you might think is that a full dwarf? Is there a little halfling in there? But she grew up in the dwarvenage and there's no way to know. So she is just big, 5 foot dwarf energy, and no one will tell her different. So she is standing in the box and just excited for another year of Crowntop Crag and being in a position to be able to support all of the going ons today and make sure that everything runs smoothly, no surprises.
Wonderful. You're sitting there. There is still a little bit of hustle and bustle as some people are moving around through this room, sort of getting some last minute preparations ready. You're already in place. You're ready to go. You're on top of things with your organization. This is sort of the point. People will know to come to you if they need anything. But you hear people in the background talking about yes, the emperor's balloon just landed on the roof. He should be down shortly.
Good, good.
People getting prepared. Someone
And any fights in the line yet?
approaches you. I think there's one. I think there was one, but uh didn't get too bloody.
Oh, well, then I'm going to have to give Hawk a little money on that one. But, we'll save it all for the tournament. All for the tournament.
Yes. People usually get excited. Here's the thing, Mum. And this is a young half orc cleric that you know. His name is Guthix. He
Gothics.
is uh not super high on the totem pole. He's only just sort of beginning his clerical journey, not nearly as devoted as you are, but happy to be a member of happy to keep the peace, happy to relax and drink when the time is comes to clock out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He he approaches you. He looks a little sheepish, maybe, and says, "Hey, listen, a few of us were talking, and obviously, this is your day. You're in charge. We know
Yes?
that officially our stations, um, but we were hoping that a few of us might be able to, there's not no reason to watch over the other buildings in the quad roads today. A lot of us wanted to maybe watch. We have enough volunteers for sort of a minimal, um, basic defense, but we were hoping to maybe be able to get in and watch and you know, uh, see the show today. Totally, obviously up to you. Just thought we'd
So,
ask.
when was the last time you were able to view the Crowntop Crag?
Me personally, I got to see it last year. I'm one of the ones who volunteered to stay behind, but a few of us have been onto. There's four buildings and a palace, and you know, once every 4 or 5 years is a bit rough, to be honest.
You know, we want to make sure security is important, but who am I to deny how magical a viewing of the Crowntop Crag is? As long as you have at least 75% of the wings in place where we have planned, I'm okay with you drawing straws for a couple extra people to be in here viewing the crag. But please give me clear communication about who has changed their postings, so that I can make sure that I still have an appropriate map of where everyone is located, to make sure that we are doing the appropriate amount of screening and security as people are entering the event.
Yeah, right. 75%. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Thank
Yeah.
you. It's
Yeah.
it's really kind.
You know,
Um,
there for between you and me, Crowntop Crag was one of my most inspiring moments to ascend into the Order of the Forge as well. So it's a special day for all of us. We get to celebrate, the ascension of Emperor Jupiter and, the divinity that has touched her and watch that transformation in everyone that gets to interact with her in this day. I understand. It's as special as seeing the Heartforge for the first time. I understand.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, and it's also, just, it's a good fight too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, feel free to detect thoughts and see who's coming for the right reasons.
oh yeah, but yeah, we always
Mm-hmm.
always will.
Yes.
Gotcha. Gives you a salute that is not standard at all. He just looks like a little bit like, all right, I feel a little silly, but I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
And
she
he
takes
goes
out
and
a
he just
notepad
kind
and
of
writes
wanders
down
off.
his name, and it's just like,
Gothic is his name.
Oh,
Definitely
I, Leah, already
not
wrote it down. Amira is
related
doing
to
it now.
anything in RuneScape. Yeah. Wonderful. No, not at all. Okay. Awesome.
Amira is iconic.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
um, as things settle in, as more and more people flow in, our last adventurer, at the speed of a turtle, makes his way into the arena to view the wonderful events about to occur today. Miranda, if you'd like to describe Arthur for us, got a little bit of a
So
hint. There's a hat.
there is a hat. A fun fact, turtles move at the same speed as everyone else. Wild. Anyway, so coming into the arena at the same speed as everyone else, is Arthur Scrumple.
Sorry, fair
Um,
enough.
No, I was surprised. Anyway, he's coming in. He's got, yeah, like an Indiana Jones style hat on. He is a big tortoise person, so he's got a shell. And kind of dangled over the shell is like a real mashup of like camping gear, like outdoorsy stuff, like manuscripts, a big rucksack that seems like it's full of papers kind of spilling out of the top and like ink and pens all over the place. Very kind of disorganized vibe. And he's walking in, probably chatting to a couple of people that he's with, some friends in the city. And as he's doing it, he's constantly like generating little images in his hands to show them the things that he's talking about. He's drinking a cup of soup that he's keeping warm with prestidigitation continually. Um, he's really kind of not paying any attention to his surroundings at all, waffling on about the most recent pottery shard that he found that he thinks could be ancient Elvish. Very exciting. It was found in a kind of small ruined village. Um, and you can kind of tell that he is not really here because of the competition. He's here to hang out with these people and to tell them endlessly about his research. And the competition is just kind of a good setting for him to be able to do that where they can't leave. So he's having a great time.
Awesome. One of your colleagues is sort of joking with you and says, I'm surprised you even showed. I know the Order of the Forge isn't exactly your favorite organization.
Don't get me started on the Order of the Forge. Those people wouldn't know the Neolithic period from the Paleolithic if it hit them in the face. And it frequently does, from what I can tell with the rock structures around here. Um, it's an absolute outrage. When I tell you about the journal articles that I've read coming from the dwarven clerics here, you wouldn't believe it. It's like they've never heard of Iluvatar. Um, but needs must. I have to come here to collaborate, and it's a shame, but what can you do? We live in a world.
Well, indeed. Well, thank you for doing such good work to open people's perspectives. It's just, I've always respected you as well as enjoyed your company.
Well, thank you. It's hard not to be a little broader minded when you can feel the touch of a different god. Rather empirical evidence, one might say.
Oh, but that's what they say. Oh, we have empirical evidence, and we're so much cooler than everybody else.
Now,
Look at
nobody is
me.
saying there aren't multiple
Oh,
gods.
the god lives in my crown. Ooh, I'm so special.
Yes, well, many people thought that, and their cities are under the water now, so.
Exactly. Well, hopefully it'll be a good show at least. And you guys,
Yes, what is it? It's some sort
again,
of fight?
uh, yeah, your other colleague chimes in. I've definitely given these folks names. Feel free if you want to name them. That's totally up to you. But your other colleague chimes in and says, "Oh, you know these dwarves. Moradin loves a good competition. They've got such a drinking and fighting culture. It's backwards and barbaric, if you ask me, hardly civilized.
Well, now, I
Wow,
wouldn't say no to a mead if there's any going, you know. Very
there's so much
partial.
mead going.
Great.
There are just bars built into every corner, built like almost like swim up bars, but like they're just built into the stone, you know.
Sure, like it's a tournament
Just
attached to a bar rather than bars attached to the tournament.
y- honestly, yeah. Looking around, it does seem over 50% of the people watching have some sort of alcoholic beverage.
Great.
As is the Dwarven way. Um,
Sure. Well,
so
Arthur will definitely avail himself of a honey mead somewhere, and put a cap on his soup, put that back in his shell. Now we're on the beers.
lovely. Um, so yeah, you guys make your way to the stadium seating and go ahead and get comfortable. Um, I'm gonna say at this point, Carlin is going to arrive as well, um, taking in the surroundings. Carlin does not plan to compete today, unless I'm mistaken.
That's
But
that's correct. Yeah, no plans to compete.
yes, but as you're getting your bearings, you catch the sight of just the tail end, no pun intended, of a familiar white-scaled dragonborn being uh, shown through a door down a set of stairs. You just catch them entering the waiting area for competitors of this event. Um, what goes through Carlin's head at this site?
Interesting. Carlin will. I mean, he's not a strategic thinker. Let's put that out there first off. So he's not sat there going, weighing up the options, thinking, oh, if they're competing, they're going to be at a disadvantage when I eventually encounter them because they'll be worn out. No, he's just like, oh, they went that way, then I'm going that way, and just makes a beeline straight for the same door.
Um, Immediately, as soon as you get close to the door, two guards flanking the door. One steps in and says, "Oh, ho there, sir. Are you registered to compete?" Like looks over to check with their companion. I'm sorry, I didn't see you on the list. What's your name?
How does one get on the list?
I think technically we've closed up, but I don't see. I mean, I think you'd be quite fit to join. We could throw in one last minute. Calls over a friend. Yes, you wanted to sign up. What? Let me get your name.
Carlin Stormbane. It's a lot of effort just to get through a door, but
Um, yes. Well, it's a big day. It's the Crowntop Crag. Come on, friends.
oh
It
yeah, the
only happens once a year.
Crowtop Crab. Yes, yes, I know all about it.
Right. Well, in case you were unaware, the go over the rules of the tournament. Ilrock and Moxie, you've already heard these as well. Um, right, it's a big free for all. No rules, just don't kill anyone. If someone knock someone out, we'll heal them. That's what we're here for. But don't. This is not not a war. This is a fun event. There's children in the audience. Try to keep it you know, getting too bloody, but the objective is not necessarily just to knock all your opponents out. You'll be trying to grab the crown off the emperor's head, put it on your head. If anyone's able to do that and stand on with the crown, they win. Huzzah!
Sounds
Beautiful
simple
day.
enough.
Does that sound
Yeah,
agreeable?
yeah,
Does that sound
I can do
wonderful?
that.
Just go ahead and sign here for liability purposes. Produces a document that already has a lot of a few signatures. Honestly, it has about like 6 to 10 signatures. Not the biggest. Considering the size of the arena, maybe you're expecting more competitors, but there is a group, one name towards the bottom that you do recognize, of course. Um,
Alan will just scroll whatever underneath. He's never signed his name before, and he doesn't plan on doing so in the future.
Lovely. Thank you. And looks at the paper to sort of, well, you said your name was Colin. Wonderful. Right this way. And you are led to a holding area. It's pretty unadorned. It's just a simple room carved with stone. There's some torch lighting in here. It appears that there will be um once things get started, there are sort of like almost like corral gates, like for a horse race, almost. There's just sort of like individual starting like areas for people to enter the arena from. But as things are starting, people are sort of milling about. A few people are doing stretches. A few people are like doing practice swings of their swords. Um, what are Moxie and Elrock up to in this warm up zone?
Go right ahead.
Um, Ulrika will be sharpening her nails and just going through her equipment once more time, picking out things like, can I use this? It might be a bit too lethal. They said I'm not supposed to kill anybody, and doing that basically.
Moxie has like found a spot in like the full view of like the central area of wherever the that we are sort of preparing to I think they've managed to find somewhere like an old sandbag or something, and they've attempted to like rig it up like a punching bag, and maybe has given up after a while of not being able to do that, and has is basically just like got it on the floor and is like kicking and punching it to try and kind of show off a little bit. They do have like um they have a spear on their back and like a sort of bandolier of like daggers, and they'll occasionally get one out just to check and like check that everything's like all clean and working and everything, and will put it back, but is never they never like use the daggers on the sandbag or anything. They're always punching and kicking and everything, and is every now and then looking up to see if anybody is looking at them and taking note.
So you'll notice the hulking muscular elf who is led down into the room as you are scanning about.
Moxie's chest immediately puffs out like
Cullen kind of notices the monk, and just kind of nods, carries on walking, making a
the
beeline towards Elrock.
seeing your nod, Moxie almost like trips over and then just like gives like way too many nods back.
Like an awkwardly long handshake, that kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
Trying to look really cool, like, yeah, I do this all the time.
Love it.
And Carlin kind of will walk up behind Ilrock and just stand there, not saying anything for as until they're noticed, I think.
Yeah. She's doing the nails. She's focused. She's concentrated. She's not really looking anywhere else around her at this particular moment in time. Maybe your shadow casts over her down. Oh, and that will be the moment she looks around and sees Carlin there. Oh, uh, hello.
Thought you could get away from me by using doors, did you?
What? I don't even know who you are. Who are you, dude? My name's Ilrock. In any case, whoever you might be.
My name is Carlin, and you are in my debt.
I think I would know if I was in somebody's debt. I don't think I'm in anybody's debt. But you're here anyway, so feel free to make whatever bullshit claim you have. I'm listening.
Look, all you need to do is pay me the 10 gold, and I'll get out of your face. It's not a lot, but it's mine.
Okay, so did I render your services somewhere? How am I owing you 10 gold? I don't have any paperwork for this. I don't know who you are. I'm really sorry, guy, elf, barbarian, dude.
Look, you might
Carlin.
conduct yourself by going around stealing other people's jobs, and getting away with it, but I don't stand for any of that shit.
Um,
The caravan from Dragpur, that was my job.
okay. Did you have a contract?
I mean, no, but I'd spoken to the caravan leader and he'd said, yes, it's great. We're leaving at 2 and I get there at 2 and they've left at 1 and you've taken the job. And, yeah,
Okay.
fine. You did it for 10. I was doing it for 15, but you stole my job. So the 10's mine.
In which universe? In which universe is that your money? If you didn't have a contract on paper, I can't help you, my guy. I really can't.
Look,
I mean, I've heard something about somebody wanted to see me for something that had gone wrong some point. I don't know. Some big. Yeah, I guess you're the big barbarian dude. I guess that would be you.
well done. Yes.
I mean, I've heard you've been looking for me, but for for a contract for is that what this has all been about?
It's the principle of it.
And which principle would that be? Please tell me. I feel like I'm going crazy right now.
I like gold.
Okay. I like gold as well.
Amazing. With that, the camera pans away. I like gold. Oh, that's so funny. The camera pans away. Um, sorry, I've just Amira, entering into the box, letting you know that it's almost time for this thing to get going. Emperor Jupiter, walks into her box,
Oh my God.
preparing to look out over the arena. Um, Gives you a just slight nod of acknowledgement. Um, but just walks up to the railing, stands in place, um, gives a little bit of a nod to you, sort of gestures towards the curtains. You would know that they would want that means that they want you to open the curtains for them.
Yeah, and I do, and I've been like going through like the last of my notes. I'm like ha like and open curtains for Jupiter is on the list, and like the one directly up of that is double check that contestants have been zoned of truth, and I'm like, okay, yeah, curtains. Yes, Jupiter, curtains.
Wonderful. It does not see if there's any awareness of your nervous energy, Jupiter does not seem to pay it any mind. Um, but the curtains open, and Arthur, you and everyone else in the arena are treated to the curtains opening. A roar of excitement and applause from the civilian population of Irvan goes out as their deity walking the earth, the emperor, is revealed to them. There's screams, there's hollerings, there are people like holding up their babies, which is like, why would you bring a baby to this? That's a terrible idea. Um, you also unexpectedly perhaps see someone that you recognize, perhaps have not met in person, but definitely recognize her from her reputation, her writings, her often frequently infuriating treatises on just why the Order of the Forge is just the best ever. You definitely recognize Amira, standing, coming back from a rope and standing appropriately by the Emperor's side.
Arthur sees this and immediately like chokes on his beer, like spews it all over the place, and then starts immediately like mumbling to himself and pulling out bits of paper to write a new furious letter now that he's seen that Amira is here. Perhaps there's a somebody who can take a letter directly to her, and that will be much more annoying than putting one in a newspaper, which is how we've currently been doing things, and that would be very good. We do like to annoy Amira. Um, So he's kind of flabbergasted to see her in such a high place, honestly. But excited in an angry way. Excited to get angry.
Lovely. Amira, you are completely unaware of the just wave of anger that is currently being
Yeah.
directed at you. There's simply too many people for you to pick up on such a specific beam of just of
Well, and
intellectual fury.
her now that the curtains are open, her eyesight is really focused on making sure that everything is in place that it should be. Like she's checking all of the entrances. She's making sure that the wings are
Mhm.
placed, the buddy system that they have created, cleric to paladin, is in place, that everything seems safe, that the line has gotten in. It's very like she's in management mode, event management mode, and just is checking off all the boxes, like double checking, looking at the signage because signage is deeply important to events, like, and just
Is
checking like eye contact with the leaders of all of the wings, to make sure she doesn't need to send a message to any of them, that you know uh, focused on her role of overseeing the security and paying very little attention to the actual participants and crowd because she trusts that her leaders in place in the wings have already appropriately done that job.
question, are we within 120 feet of each other?
That's a great question, Emily.
Um, that is a great
Or
question.
actually 240 feet?
Um,
Because that was sorcerer.
oh,
Oh,
240 feet, I would say Probably yes.
Great. In which case, having like dug through his bag a bit and found like our most recent correspondence, Arthur is going to message Amira and say, the title of your last article had a spelling mistake. A. Scrumple. Nothing else.
She just pauses. Like she is like been
Like
looking
that's beamed
through.
into your brain.
Yes. And she's looking around the room like with just
So
you
he's
can
in the
see it
room
because
with
you've
you.
just messaged her. She's like been smiling and then there's just a fury behind her eyes and she's like mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And she is like choosing to ignore that for now and just furious. She's like,
Arthur is going to
mm-hmm.
start considering how to cause problems.
Ooh, okay, okay. And the funny thing is, I know I can respond to this message, but and I do too have message, but I only have 120 feet. So you might be able to talk to me much more than I can talk back to you at this point.
I think that you can reply on
Yes, but
my
I'm
one.
choosing not to this time.
Great. I mean, that is enraging, so
Yes.
hate that for me.
That's her, what she has decided is her power play right now is just to be furious and ignore you.
Right.
Um, yeah, I will say, Arthur, you definitely see well enough. She's far away. She's small, but I mean,
She's
she's got
small.
5 foot energy, but she's small. She is small and far away.
And
You
she's
could say you got to
calculating
her.
the
You
best
could
A.
tell.
Lazuli to message back.
Incredible. Did you guys
Hmm.
both choose A names just so that you could make this joke?
I
Honestly, no.
mean, no, but we did
It just
discuss.
happened that way.
That's beautiful.
We discussed
I love
the
that.
The
parallel, but the
similarity.
A name, I just realized we did that just now.
Love D&D. Yeah. I will say, in your scan of in your safety scan, your event management mode, before you got sidetracked a little bit, I will say you are seeing everything looks the way that you expect it to look, which does bring you perhaps some calm in your fury as you're trying to recenter yourself. Things are getting in place. Down in the participant arena, you guys are brought each to one of the entrance areas in anticipation of the beginning of the event.
Emily, I'm
Um,
so sorry. Do I see Arthur though? Would I recognize what Arthur
um,
looks like? Because I don't think we've met in person.
make
I mean,
a
if I recognized
perception
you,
check
then
Right.
for me,
Perception? Okay.
just because there's a lot of people.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you spot about a third of the way into the big arc on the right side, from your perspective, on the right side. Arthur, you are sitting on the left side of the stadium. Yeah, you spot um a Tortolan with a big hat and a lot of opinions.
It is at this
big
point,
hat and a lot of my hat is full of opinions. I'll tell you that.
and it is at this point that she messages back and says, "It's not my fault you haven't studied ancient spelling, A. Lazuli."
We're coming back. I'll have you know that my first diploma was in ancient Elvish. A. Scrumple.
And then it was written in Draconic, A. Lazuli.
The name of your god wasn't though, and that was what you misspelled. A. Scrumple.
I would never, A. Lazuli.
um,
The rest of the session is just
dra-
this.
It's just this.
Yes.
I mean, popcorn.
drowning out of this conversation is silent, so it may very well continue as the announcement begins overhead. But booming over the music, which does seem to tone itself down slightly to accommodate for this announcement. A couple of voices appear. Um, you would recognize them. Amira, sorry, I keep forgetting your character's name. Amira, you do recognize both of these voices as some of your higher ups, known most colloquially through their sort of nicknames as Lieutenant Lightning and Sergeant Surge. These are sort of the nicknames they gathered while they were more frequent participants in these arena events. Seems though they've settled comfortably into retirement and into the announcer status.
Yeah, because some people retire.
Lu- yes. Here's looking at you, Captain Magma, still participating in this event. Yeah, one of the people in the competitors area, well known to anyone who has any sort of familiarity with this event. Is a dwarven man dressed in the same sort of military regalia as the people working this event, but with a sort of big red helmet, long red beard, very serious face. He has the reputation of he always enters the competition and always, rather than going for it, defends the emperor at the cost of his life, regardless of the fact that he keeps getting ordered not to do that. He doesn't care. That is his duty. That is what he does. But the voices of, you know, Lieutenant Lightning to be an older gnomish fellow. Sergeant Surge is a um, getting up in years now, but not quite so old. Half orc woman, Tempest clerics, both, and they are they're yeah, go ahead. They're getting the crowd hype, letting them know that things are um, getting into it. I don't want to bog down in details because, but I will say that um, the vibe of Lieutenant Lightning is he's very excited, very adorkable, maybe is his vibe. He keeps going into like the history of the event and what an amazing history we have of, of how long before in the great calamity when we almost lost our worlds, the Moradin's presence saved us and has carried us through ever since. And but is like keeps getting lost in like historical detail and going off on tangents. And Sergeant Surge keeps redirecting his energy back to the present moment and to the competitors today and trying to get him to talk about like what are we expecting from today. You know it's been a long time since anyone's even won the crown. How can we be excited about it? Is just it's a clash. It's a balance of personalities that works for this event. But there's definitely some friendly banter going on. But eventually, everything is in place. Some of the outer lights, lights in the stadium, in the seating area itself begin to dim. Sort of spotlights focus in on the arena, and the Emperor Jupiter, um, sort of without much ceremony or preamble, just leaps from the box, crash landing into the middle of the arena, um, taking some fall damage, incidentally, but doesn't seem particularly bothered by that. Um,
Don't think the Emperor's gonna
yeah,
care.
just crash lands. Stands back up. Crowd is roaring. Crowd is going wild, and Lieutenant Lang says, "Oh, folks, it looks like we're getting started. The hoo boy," and uh, the people within the holding area the staff is sort of like scrambling to get started. They weren't they were expecting more of an announcement. Amir, you were expecting more of an announcement. You weren't expecting the Jupiter to just say it's time, let's go. But the people are sort of scrambling to positions, one per each of you to just to all open the gates at the same time, and they count off three, two, one, and the barriers are open, and you are welcome to the group of competitors is welcome to charge in. Um, we're gonna go ahead and get into the event itself once we return from our break. So, we will
Perfect.
see you all here in about 10 minutes. Refresh your water, get your snacks. We're gonna get in for the Crowntop Crag. See you guys in a minute. Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back. We're gonna just jump right back into it. I am going to need everyone who is participating in the Crowntop Crag. So Moxie, Carlin, and Ilrock, if you could give me an initiative check, please. We can get this party started.
Hole 8.
Oh,
Potent.
15.
Ooh.
Looks like you rolled with advantage, I think.
Yeah,
Where the bloody hell do I find
Fair.
it on my sheet
I
again?
Oh, right,
Oh, there it is.
because you're a barbarian. You should roll with the advantage. Right.
yeah, I
That's
get
it.
advantage on initiative. Yeah, it is a dex check.
Yes. You are totally right. It's been a minute since I played a barbarian. I just forgot. Um,
Why
awesome.
why am I seeing
So,
sorry, why am I seeing you wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected? Why am I seeing that? I'm confused.
oh, yes, there is a way within Roll20 if I am using tokens to represent people so that we can use a map within the screen,
Ah,
it will assign it. There's like an automatic like an initiative tracker built in, but it requires you to be using those minis to function.
okay.
I
Thank you for
may
the
or may not be
explanation.
doing that in future. Yeah, no problem. I decided that this was a simple enough area, an
Yeah.
understandable enough geography, hopefully to be able to theater of the mind,
Yeah,
what's going
that's
on.
that's good. I was just confused by the prop purpose. Okay.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Um, awesome. So, starting us off, Carlin Stormbane. The gate has opened. The Emperor Jupiter stands calmly, with not even not no, she'll have drawn her she's got a big old warhammer. um yeah, she's just awaiting the approach of the would-be challengers. You're up first.
Carlin, Carlin will step over the threshold when the gate opens, kind of look around, take in the crowd, um, draw their great sword from their back, uh, and then with a purposeful kind of swish, knowing the theater of this kind of heavy sarong he's wearing, will do a complete circle and then just sit down, crisscross the applesauce, just waiting.
Incredible. So are you holding your action for anything specific? Are you just
No, he is
passing
just
your
sitting
turn?
down, watching what's going on.
Incredible. Um, incredible. Crowd, there's some mutterings in the crowd of, oh, that's a little cocky. We love to see it. Awesome. Elrock, it would be your turn. Then next.
Okay. So I think Ilrock will be drawing a dagger into her hand and carefully stalking forward, not really sure what's going to happen. Um, not really sure, like, how, wants to kind of judge this big emperor before she decides on the final, like, method of potential attack. So yes, that's what
Um,
she would like to do, if that's all right.
sure. Why don't you go ahead and give me an insight check,
Sure.
as you're sort of appraising the Emperor.
Okay. Why can't I seem to roll it on my sheet? Oh, there we go. That's the one. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a 19. Thank you, Insight.
Yeah. That's very good. You see, on this large, almost statuesque figure, is just calmly standing, like pacing slightly side to side, just they're taking in all of these people, and you see them clocking what weapons people are using, what sort of physicality they have, who's rushing in directly, who's sort of skirting the sides, who's sitting cross-legged, just waiting for things to begin. Um, you see, there's a bit of like maybe her clocking that happens. Very subdued emotional responses. She's very stoic. She doesn't definitely doesn't feel like she's in danger. She is not concerned. She is simply like taking in the information, surveying the battlefield. You also get a sense of just like the level of calm that she is presenting is just it's it's sort of almost otherworldly, beyond like I wouldn't say it's so far as like you can see the divinity within her, but it's just like a little strange, just like how just like the level of stoicism on display seems just a little bit beyond um
Okay.
what is
And
normal.
she's armed with a large sword, right?
She's got a hammer, a great
Oh, battle
hammer,
axe.
a war
Yeah,
hammer,
big warhammer thing. Okay.
in two hands.
And how big is she? Can I
And she
tell?
is in heavy plate armor.
Okay.
Um, how big is she?
Yep.
Um, she's like 7 feet tall.
Okay.
So you're maybe eye to eye, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you are. Maybe you are.
Ilrog's pretty
Okay.
big herself.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Um, do I dare to go a little bit closer? Yeah, I'll dare to go a little bit closer, and I'll instead of uh instead of the dagger, I'll take a longbow. I'll draw up an arrow, and I'll be looking at for like a weak point in our armor.
Sure. But you didn't want to attack this turn.
No,
Okay.
give it a little
Wonderful.
bit
You
more,
sort of
a little bit more
take a
time.
flanking position.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Wonderful. Um, Moxie, usually the first one out the gate, maybe tripped a little in your
Yeah,
excitement, but it's your time, your turn. What you up to?
yeah. Well, Moxie being Moxie is very excitable. Maybe not the brightest bulb in the box, and it's just going to sprint towards the Emperor. How far away are they?
Wonderful.
I thought you might say that.
I'm gonna say that the um yeah, I did, yes, I did maybe think that this was coming. Um, I'm gonna say that the arena has a 75-foot diameter.
Ah, fantastic. Then I have
So
50 foot
you're from
speed.
the outside to the inside is maybe 30, 40, 35, 40 feet. Um,
Wonderful.
Maybe a
Uh,
bit hard for a less agile person to make, but a distance that you could definitely close.
Lovely. I would like to sprint directly at them, and as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast jump out of my
Sorry.
ring of jumping so that I can do a huge jump and theoretically, although I'm sure you will not allow this to work this way, in Moxie's mind, they're going to look amazing as they do this incredible huge jump to land on the Emperor's shoulders so that they can immediately try and grab the crown. That's the plan, at least. Is it a well thought out plan? Probably not, but we'll see how it
Awesome.
goes.
I I love that. I'm trying to decide. I'm going to call this a grapple
Okay.
attempt. Um, but I will say I will say typically the attacker on a grapple check will be using athletics. I will say in this case, using acrobatics to get into a stable position and sort of like aim yourself makes sense as well. This is a very
Sure.
precarious position that you're attempting to take on a moving target who does see
Let's
you coming.
go.
I will allow in this case
Oh,
an acrobatics check.
it's 18.
Awesome. Let
Not
me
too bad.
roll.
Probably
I'm
not
just
quite good
putting in
enough
the
for the
roll
Emperor, but
into we'll see. That is a
oh,
tie. Um
oh
that is a tie. Tie goes to the attacker.
my gosh.
So you just barely
They
you
go like,
see
what,
Jupiter
what,
is
what?
like grabbing at you, trying to like pull you off, trying to block you, but you are just and when when she grabs onto you, the level of force being brought upon you is perhaps a little bit alarming. One would be
Mm,
aware that she's very strong, but this is perhaps a little intimidating. But you just managed to like use her own head as
yeah,
a
I'm like, nope,
dodging
nope,
point and are
nope.
able to hold on and have scrambled onto her shoulders. That was your bonus action.
Yeah.
What you doing?
We're here. I would love to try and grab the crown with my action. Did not
That makes
expect that
sense.
to
This
work.
will be an athletics check.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a 22. That was pretty good as well.
Wonderful. Yeah,
Moxie
absolutely.
does not deserve for
Um,
this to go well.
um, uh, absolutely. She totally deserves this. She just did it. She earned it. She deserved it. You go and grab on to the crown and begin to pull it off of Jupiter's head. She does try to give resistance, but it's just such a good angle for you and such a bad angle for her. You begin to pull the crown off of her head, and for a second you think this is too
Yeah.
easy. I'm gonna win right away. This is incredible. This is wonderful, and you feel almost a magnetic force of as this glow appears
Mm.
in the jewels on set of the on the um inlaid into the crown. There's some jewels that are give off a divine glow, and you feel the crown reattach itself in a to the top of her head, but one of the three jewels atop her
Ooh.
crown fades in its glowing. Seems that the crown itself has some will to
Mm.
stay um on the head of the emperor, but um already the crowd is screaming, hollering. The announcers are saying that this is off to a lightning start. Quickest crown grab we've seen in years. Um, very exciting.
Moxie kind of looks down at this crown and is like,
Wonderful.
oh, come on, that's cheating.
Jupiter, Jupiter's even in her stoicness, you hear a slight as she chuckles. Um, other competitors are going to charge in. There's going to be a few people who take swings at the Emperor, trying to knock her down, trying to get her flat-footed, try to get her weakened before going for the crown. A few people kind of going similarly to you, are just jumping up and trying to go for the crown directly, though it's a little bit of a cluster. They've had a little bit harder of a time reaching Jupiter. They're not quite as fast as you, and they're
It's my
also
spot. Get down.
sort of clumped, so it's just right. There is one competitor who seems less interested in going for the crown themselves, um, known by his reputation. Captain Magma is assessing the field, charging in, and sees perhaps the best way to protect the Emperor in this moment might be to knock the person sitting atop them off. So he's gonna go ahead and swing his Warhammer. at you.
I duck, but is it too late?
Um, Probably not. I only rolled an
Yay!
11 to hit.
That does not hit.
Yeah, he swings wide. It looks like Captain Magma is almost a bit too worried about hurting the Emperor and
Mm.
swings just too wide. It's easy for you to just duck again, using the Emperor's head as cover, just sort of block beyond. Yeah, excellent. He's very frustrated. It looks like you've maybe gotten his
Mm.
ire in this
Nope,
moment.
missed. Sorry. Better luck next time. So I'm like cowering behind the Emperor's head.
Wonderful. That's going to be top of the round. Before we check back in with the arena, um, Arthur, Arena, are you guys doing anything in particular as the conflict has begun?
Writing journal articles in my head. Uh, not so, I mean, I think
Excellent.
Arthur is interested in the crown, and the idea that the crown makes the wearer a god incarnate. Like, what does that mean? Um, so he's kind of watching, and he's got quite good perception, so maybe he sees the kind of magnetic thing happening, um, and messages Amira to be like, having a magnetic crown is cheating. Just FYI, A does crumple. Um, uh, but yeah, he's watching, honestly, mostly just watching Jupiter and the Crown. Not particularly interested in who wins the fight or what happens politically. More interested in it as an interesting object.
Wonderful.
Um, Amira takes in the magnetic perspective, but she is a very how do I phrase this? She is a very learned cleric of the Order of the Forge, and so she knows that magnetic is not exactly what's happening, but also doesn't want to share this with someone not in the order. So she takes that in and is just, like hearing you, but also kind of shook by how quickly they that happened. That hasn't been the case in the Crowntop Crag since Jupiter ascended. um there was a monk in that particular Crowntop Crag that got to the crown very very quickly, but so seeing this repeat itself has kind of put her in the state of, I guess, uncertainty. Like it's very different that it is moving this quickly. So she is a little bit more stoic and taking everything in. I wanted to ask you, Emily, I'm in the box. Are
Mhm.
Lieutenant Lightning and Sergeant Surge in the same box, or are they close, or who else would be in that box with me in terms of leadership of the event?
You are the only member of leadership in the box itself. There are a couple of people stationed there are probably two people on either side of there's two staircases up into this box, sort of in the back corners. You would know as well that there is a sort of like behind the box seat, where if the emperor is watching an event, there is a sort of semi-throne sort of situation where behind which there's a spiral staircase that leads directly up to the roof. This is where she entered from. You know
Got it.
that her private hot air balloon is on currently parked on the roof of this building. As far as Lieutenant Lightning and Sergeant Surge, they are in a separate area. It is fairly close, I would say. Like, if you needed to sprint there, at a dash, in a round. You could probably get there in a round or two if you needed to, but they're sort of in a separate booth that's sort of more connected into the series of resonant pipes and tubes that carry sound throughout the arena.
Awesome.
So
And
they're
by the hot air
booth
balloon,
essentially.
would there be a wing posted up there protecting the air balloon or
Um, yeah, probably not. You know, officially a full wing should probably be assigned to it, but um, they've sort of spread to do duties
okay.
within the event. There is probably a small contingent there, and you know, like should anything happen, like four wings are assigned to the towers on the roof, so like there should be coverage if anything happens, but like it's pretty minimal as even with your 75% declaration, you know that people are gonna be trying to get a view if they can. But
Yeah.
you know that there are also enough sticklers like you that there's someone watching it. It's not just abandoned.
Okay. Then I am observing and I am very focused on the crown too because that is such a important tenet of my belief.
Okay, cool, excellent.
Would Arthur be able to see at
Uh,
this range that Amira looks genuinely kind of worried?
Give me an insight check. I think it's
Good
less
solid.
obvious than you seeing that she was pissed off
Yeah,
at
yeah,
you.
yeah. 17?
What do you want me to
17's
roll?
pretty good. Yeah. Um, Give me. It doesn't feel like deception. I say like performance or persuasion, just to sort of like keep your cool and your professional demeanor.
Okay. I will do persuasion. 16.
16. She's very good. She's got a very professional face. She's very like she's doing a
She's
really
got a
good job of trying to seem that she is not bothered by this, but there's just a little bit of tension that you see enter her body, a little bit of surprise. You see that little moment before the training comes in of the like reaction before she gets in. Yeah,
when Arthur sees
yeah,
that,
you
he
clocked
like
it.
yeah, he like reflexively messages her again and says, "Don't worry, Lazuli, nothing's going to happen. A dot scrumple."
And you just see like the littlest bit of a smile and like a nod in your direction, but she's trying really hard to be a good event manager, so she's not responding directly right now, but she's like,
We'll go back to fighting later. It's all good.
Amazing. Back in the arena, there are a lot of people swarming Jupiter. She herself seems to think that the monkey on her back is not as much of a problem as the people swarming around her, and takes a few big swings with her warhammer, just trying to clear out the area. I'm gonna roll. I should probably copy and paste this plus 11 roll. That's gonna hit whoever she was aiming at. And so is that. You see a few big just wallops. As not only does she slam her hammer into the people swarming around her and send them knocking them back several feet. A big glow from the crown, from her eyes, from the end of the hammer itself, as some divine energy amplifying the strength of her blows, as some divine smites might have gotten poured into those hits. One of the people takes it, looks a bit worse for wear, but is still pretty excited about going. Another person looks like maybe they're second guessing how wise of a decision this might have been, is sort of like crawling to their feet, not quite leaving the arena, but is like gone in a bit more of a circling around the outside type position. A little more hesitant than they were a moment ago. Um,
Sounds like
Excellent.
Ilrock did the right thing.
Back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keeping your distance from who knew? Keeping your distance from a giant Goliath with a warhammer, not a bad call. Not a bad call. Um, Back to Carlin. This floor isn't very
Excellent.
comfortable. It's
No.
dirt. It's rock. It's not the worst floor you've sat on, but you've sat on better. What you up to?
While all this has gone on and Cullen's been sat there, he's been thinking back to his childhood, remembering the awful mistake he made that cost the life of his sister, his twin sister Kayla. And tears have been forming in his eyes, streaking down his face, falling into his hand. And in this moment, he reaches into a pouch on his hip, pulls out a pinch of ashes, mixes them with the tears, and daubs them straight down his face across his eyes, gets up to one knee, and rages. And then,
Yeah, he does.
with 40 feet movement, Naruto runs his way right into the fray and immediately swings recklessly with his first attack at Jupiter.
Wonderful. Go ahead and give me that attack with advantage.
I do know how to do this on here. 2 seconds. Roll with advantage. There we go. No, that didn't work. I'll just roll twice. Yeah. 25 to hit was the first hit then.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna hit.
Wonderful.
This is not an ancient dragon.
We'll also point out that when Carlin rages, their storm aura takes effect. So everybody within 10 feet of where they are stood will take 4 fire damage, first of all. And he has no allies, awesome. So that's everybody. Then, damage-wise,
you said within
is
10 feet?
10 feet, yeah. 10 feet radius.
Okay. So that definitely includes me.
So I'll say that's yes, definitely. I'll say Ilrock, you're gonna be outside of that radius, just barely, but you can feel the heat of it against your scales.
And then that's 10 slashing damage and 3 rage damage to that.
Wonderful.
And
what kind of weapon is Carlin using again?
It's a great sword.
Oh, it's a great sword. I see.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah.
And again at advantage. There we go. I hate D&D Beyond when you click on things. So just roll twice because I can't work it out. There is a way to do it. And that will be a 24 to hit for the second attack.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage. That will do it.
And that's 11 damage.
11, okay.
And 3 rage, sorry.
Damage.
Yeah.
And 3 rage. Oh. Yeah. 2 very powerful strikes as Carlin just goes ham. Uh, a few cuts into. I want to say one of those cuts just like embeds itself in Jupiter's shoulder, and she just sort of like shrugs it out of her and just like sort of appraises you with respect. And it's like, okay. It sort of has a sense of like, all right, some people came to play today. That's good. But for having such a big slash in her arm, doesn't seem that concerned about it. Just
Okay.
just just a sense of respect. And our attention is on you now. Ilrock. Or sorry, is that everything you wanted to do with your that's I
It
guess
is, yeah.
that's
I've used my bonus
bonus
action
action
to rage, so
action.
yeah. So all good. Yeah.
Um,
Awesome. Ilrock.
I don't know what I can use bonus actions for, but I think I have one. I'm not sure. Can somebody help me with that?
Sure. You may have some spells that are bonus actions to activate. Um, pull up your sheet. Not
You might be able to do a
intimately
second
familiar with
attack
ranger
or
detail.
something like that.
No, for the second attack, I'd need another enemy apart from the empress or emperor in this case. And I guess I could pick off like
Welcome
other
to attack one of
people.
your competitors.
Yeah, exactly. Attack one of the competitors. So I guess I could use that, or I could use Hunter's Mark, maybe.
Mm,
So that would give me some extra damage with an arrow, which might be nice. So let's do that.
indeed.
So Ilrock has
Awesome.
been looking for a spot in her armor, in the Emperor's armor, where she thinks she might be able to place a quite nasty arrow in, and she's going to go for a place here in the shoulder because that of the shoulder where she's carrying her warhammer. So hopefully that will mean that she's less efficient with said warhammer. That's what we're going to do. So I will cast that, and I will. Slot has already been taken, and then I will use my longbow. There we go. So that should then, yeah. The first one is like the two d6.
18.
Yeah, plus 2 damage, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you get 20, a dirty
Yes.
20.
Plus you'd be adding um okay. Where's the +2 coming from?
That's coming from the Hunter's Mark because it's a 1d6 extra. So
Oh, okay.
you,
So that's gonna be for damage, not for your attack roll.
yes, yeah, for
So
extra
that would
damage.
go into
Excuse me.
the piercing damage.
Yes, so excuse
But
me. Yes,
18
you're right.
does just exactly hit. She's wearing plate armor. She's not adding any of her dexterity to her armor, so it is just standard plate armor. I mean, it's gilded, it's nice, but you almost get the sense that it's been pared down a little bit compared to like a fully regal. It seems practical more than you might expect, but you sure do find a big old chip in the armor opened up by Carlin and send an arrow flying straight into it. Um, yeah, uh, 10 piercing damage. Excellent. And your hunter's mark, it's almost as if the aspect ratio of your surroundings has sort of gone into widescreen and it just sort of narrows in on you could close your eyes and you would know exactly where the emperor was. You almost
Yes.
almost subconsciously adopt that hunting, stalking your prey through the forest crouched posture as you begin searching for your second for another hit. I
Yeah.
think that's what you do. Would you like to position yourself anywhere particular, or is that gonna do you?
I'll keep my distance for now. Because like
Uh-huh.
Carlin just raged against this Empress and hurt a whole bunch of people. And also because Moxie's like on the head of this Empress, and I'm really, really glad that the way that we had a relatively harmless sparring fight didn't go down some other way. So I think I will be keeping my distance for now, to be honest.
You know
And
what? That's
I'm
probably
better
wise.
at range anyway, It's kind of in the name.
Yeah.
Just about.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. I think you're muted, Mike.
Sorry, I was saying Irok should get 2 attacks, I believe, at 10th level as a ranger.
Oh yeah, because I can then attack somebody else, a competitor. Um, so I don't know. Who do I want to target?
That's up to you, my
Who
friend.
else? Yeah, that's true.
I did punch
Um,
you earlier.
this is true. This is true. But that was friendly, so it's a good. How about I attack the that sergeant captain person who also was raging with a warhammer? Can I do that?
Excellent. Yeah.
So
Go. You
like
shoot a shot at Captain Magma.
there we go. Oh wow,
Critical hit.
that
Um,
is more than a critical
yeah,
hit, Lord.
a crit definitely hits. Um, yeah. I think his focus is just so on Moxie, so on the flames coming out from, or not fully flames, but the raging heat coming off of one of the competitors is just split. Doesn't see the second arrow just go fully into his helmet. Go ahead, it like pierces through his jaw. And he just takes a hit. Crowd, oh, big reactions from the crowd. Some genuine concern for a kind of a crowd favorite. But he sort of staggers, whips around, glares at you. Um, yeah. May have made an enemy there. We'll see. There's a lot going on. Surely he doesn't have
Yeah,
time to focus on you, right? There's too much going on.
just
Surely.
it's little old me. I'm an innocent dragon.
Mhm.
Colin's right there with a greatsword, like, you know.
Yeah,
Excellent. Moxie.
I'm gonna go for the crown again since I'm already there.
What? I would never have
Whoa!
known. Go for it.
So what was it?
Another
It was an
athletics
athletics,
check
wasn't
for
it?
me, please.
Let's go.
Hmm.
I don't think this one. Nope, that's 9.
Ooh, a 9 is not gonna cut it. I think the I think the Emperor is moving around so much, is kind of ignoring you at the moment, but just swinging their hammer, dodging, trying to dodge arrows unsuccessfully, trying to keep pace with Carlin, that they're so in motion that it's all you can do to hang on at this point. I'm gonna say you haven't fallen off by any means,
Mm.
but uh, definitely attempts at grappling onto the crown, unsuccessful in this moment,
Ah.
unfortunately.
Moxie kind of like is grappling with it, like hand slipping off of it, and they're like, "Would you stop moving, for goodness sake!" And a bonus action, I'm just gonna give them like a chop to the neck to be like, "Stop it!" Um,
Awesome.
roll that for 21 to hit that one.
Yeah,
Lovely.
a big
Did that do
resonant
damage as well? Yeah.
slap echoes through the.
Wha- Oh, I rolled a 1 on the damage, so it's only 5, but
Oh, dang.
or 6, sorry, 6
Um,
total. But still, I'm like, stop
awesome.
moving!
Uh, a resonant voice just says, "No." Um,
Well, now you're just
just
being rude.
again, Awesome. Competitors go. I'm gonna say the most relevant competitor this time is gonna be Captain Magma. He looks slightly sort of split in his focus between Carlin and Ilrock. I'm gonna say rather than swinging their hammer again, sort of clutch it to their chest, mutter a few words. You see a fiery light and ignite in both in their hand and in their uh, and in their eyes, and they send a surge of energy out. Um, Three beams of firing, crackling energy erupt from their divine holy symbol. Two of those are going to be aimed at Carlin, and one of them is going to be at Ilrock. So I'm gonna make a few rolls for this scorching ray that I am sending out. Um, uh, a 10 is not going to hit you, Carlin, I imagine. Or you were attacking recklessly, though, so these attacks would have advantage. I just realized.
Yeah, they would.
Okay. So the first attack is a 25.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Which I think hits. Second attack. Ooh, hot hands, literally. Rolling 23. Um, and then towards Ilrock, just a regular attack. A 25. Dang. Captain Magma came to play, apparently. Um, Let me just, I definitely had the damage for Scorching Ray pulled up and ready.
Okay. Is it fire or is it not fire?
It is, despite the divine origin of this attack, it appears the heart of the forge burns within this cleric. I would say, um, I'd say Amira, you're definitely familiar enough with Captain Magma to know he's a light cleric, and so there's a lot of extra fire abilities within his wheelhouse.
Okay. Because I have
I
fire
and
resistance. So,
As do I.
Oh, wonderful,
yeah.
great! I'm so glad that I attacked you both with fire. Okay, good. That's okay. He didn't know, and neither do I. Um, Carlin, you take 3 and then 2 fire damage. Barely anything. Um, 6. What? Oh, I didn't leave a space. And Rock, you take 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
As these beams come in, largely ineffectual. I imagine Carlin already has enough heat present within their rage that it's not likely to actually bother him. And Elrock, some of the fire just sort of splashes against your scales. And it's almost funny to you, like, attack a dragon with fire. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Um, um,
Okay.
and he looks, Captain Mino has gone from frustrated to locked in, and is looks like he's reevaluating his strategy. We're gonna go to the top
Is
of the round again. I would love for Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please.
I wanted to ask if, like, because it's far, you said it was some specific type of damage, if I have to write that down somewhere, or if it's just comes off my hit points.
It just comes off your hit points. It's relevant for like you are resistant to fire damage, so it did lower the amount of that damage, but once
Yeah.
it hits, it's just damage.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. I would love for everyone, please, to give me a perception check at the top of the round.
Totally fine. Nothing going on here. It's all good.
That's a nat 1, guys. A nat 1.
It sure is.
From a
Sure is.
mirror as well. The
Oh
one who's
my God,
supposed to be looking out
the
for
per
things.
arguably, the person who this perception check was most important for. I love that.
And the thing is,
Um,
I was gonna ask you before I rolled. I was like, can I get advantage on this because of what I'm doing? And then I was like, nah, fuck it, it'll be fine. Well,
Words to live and die
closed
by,
mouths
as
don't get
always.
fed.
Yeah.
Ask next time. Um, I probably would have said yes too, is the thing. But
uh,
too late now. Uh, an amazing series of perception checks from everyone but the person watching out for danger. Um, excellent. Amira, I think it may just be you're a little distracted. You're so locked into the event and the Crowntop Crag. I think seeing this monk atop the Emperor, seeing Captain Magma bravely step in, I think you're transported to the past. It is hard for you not to think of the first time you saw the Crowntop Crag, where there was uh there was this monk jumping in, not to take the crown for themselves, but seemed like they were in the defensive position at the time. They were maybe trying to protect the emperor. It's a bit fuzzy. It was a long time ago, but you seem to remember some unsavory individuals who wanted to take the event as an excuse to try to assassinate the reigning emperor at the time. There was a lot of blades and a lot of screams and a lot of I seem to remember a guy melting into snow at one point. You were pretty young. It's a little hard to place the details, but I think you're just taken back to that time. So when in the stadium, when rumbles are heard from outside, um, when shuddering resonates through the arena, when um, the lights themselves flicker a bit, when the music hiccups um, in the arena. I think Amira, you just you think that that's your memory. You think that that's you remembering what happened last time when the Emperor came under assault. But that is a thing that the four of you and most of the crowd, most of the people watching definitely take stock of just this big shaking feeling. Um, and yeah, there's a little bit of a not panic, but definitely a wave of confusion and concern amongst most of the people. Some of the competitors are still pretty locked in. I want to just sort of check in with those of you who have noticed. Um, what just sort of what your reaction to that is going to be. I'm going to start with Arthur, and then we're going to check in with our competitors in initiative order.
Arthur's gonna put up enhance ability on himself. The con one to give himself bonus hit points. And more con for however long this lasts. He's thinking maybe it's like a rock fall or like an earthquake or something where underground things can happen. So he's more like it's like a protective thing rather than that he thinks he's gonna be attacked. But he is gonna like glance up at Amira to see how she's reacting, and since she seems chill, he's like, okay, I've not been hit to this before, so maybe this is fine. But just preemptively making himself a bit tougher.
Wonderful. Awesome. Carlin.
Carlin is like, this wasn't a battle that he had initially thought he was going to participate in. But he hears this sound, but he is locked in. So he just thinks, they loved me. Listen to that thunderous applause. And he is going to carry on wailing. So as a bonus action,
Excellent.
he's going to kind of grip the sword tightly, and utter his sister's name and activate the flame blade.
Yeah.
Flame blade, flame blade.
And
Flame
he's
blade,
going
flame
to
blade.
attack Jupiter recklessly again. This time hoping to do a little bit more damage. So
Worth noting that on Jupiter's turn, she didn't attack. She's looking up. She's scanning. She's trying to get a sense of the situation.
he didn't notice.
Yeah.
22 is the first hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. That's gonna do it.
There we go. So that's 11, and then so 11 normal damage, 7 fire, 3 rage.
Love that. Oh yes, 3 rage as well. Okay.
But then I think
Pretty chunky hit. That's 21 points in one hit. Not
yeah.
bad.
I would say that, like, if he weren't raging, he would have noticed that Jupiter wasn't paying attention, but he is solely focused. So it will be another swing. Yeah, 26 to hit.
She has looked down at this point. It's hard to fully focus on anything else other than being embedded with a blade. So she does turn to look, not in time to stop your assault, but
And that
meets
is
this one in the eyes.
3 piercing damage, 6 fire damage, and another 3 rage damage. And that is all of their turn. They are not going to move. They are laser focused.
Excellent. And that fire damage, that area fire damage, is that every turn? Is that
No, that's when I activate the
upon
aura.
raging?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
The aura stays. If I had any allies, I could make them fire resistant whilst they're in the aura, but it doesn't do any more damage than the initial time.
Okay. Good to know. Great. Elrock, how are you responding to the chaos, I would say? Maybe not quite chaos yet, but
So,
there you definitely have felt this. There's already some movement as some of the employees, some of the Order of Forge members are sort of like walking through the stands, making their way to investigate the situation.
okay. So, I mean, it's got to be in her instincts, right? To kind of go, okay, there's this sound, and I don't know what it is, and there's stuff going on outside of like where I'm standing and doing my thing. So I think she's going to be, yeah, following wherever that sound came from. That's where her focus is going to be going as well. So yeah, she'll still have her bow and
Wonderful.
arrow drawn, but she won't be focused on fighting anymore. She'll be focused on where did that come from? What was it? What's there? What's going on? Yeah.
Or just checking your perception.
That was I rolled
Definitely came
18
from
for the perception.
yes. Yeah. It definitely came from outside. A bit hard to tell from within, though you do clock that the military members who are going to investigate seem to be flocking towards one side of the building. So perhaps that's the direction that they have flagged as being an area of interest. Um, you would be welcome to if you wanted to. It's a bit hard to tell what's going on from inside, but you are welcome to if you want to leave the arena and go check things out outside. You would be well within your right to do that if you wanted to.
Sorry. For now, I will just like keep an eye on what else is going on and keep myself away from the whatever fighting is still going on within the arena. So for now, I'll just be like on guard, listening, watching, um, focused, trying not to get involved in any scraps.
Awesome. Um, love it. Moxie. It's so hard
Yeah.
not to say Moxie, like Moxie. Like it's just sorry. I will resist the urge.
It's all good.
Moxie,
I
what's up?
think I think this particularly pings Moxie's instincts because Moxie's like trained in martial arts, but they're trained to be a guard, so they are trained for this exact situation, just on a much smaller scale for a little town. So I think they hear the rumbling, and she sort of looks around and spots some of those people moving around, and is kind of like has a moment of like confusion and like, oh, what should I do here? And then I was just gonna, since she's sitting on the shoulders of the Emperor, she's gonna lean down and be like, sorry, not the time. Do we need to worry about that?
Um, that's amazing. Just for fun, could you give me a persuasion check?
Yeah,
Just for
That's
not
fun.
so
fantastic.
good.
18.
Easy. Wonderful. Um, uh, Jupiter's again sort of clocking Carlin, but seems to be trying to make sense of what's going on at the same time. Just sort of like reaches up and like pats their shoulder. Doesn't want to like pat your leg because that would be
Mm.
weird. Like she's trying to respect boundaries, but sort of just like pats in your general direction and says, "Have no fear. We will handle this."
All
Are
right.
you are you
It's,
done grabbing at my head or
well, no, not quite yet, actually. Sorry. I'll go for it again.
great? Athletics check, please.
Athletics, there it is. Oh, maybe 15.
15.
Mm.
That is just barely just barely the DC that you needed to hit. That is the crown's DC. You pull once again, fighting against this strange force that's fighting against you. You hear one of the jewels cracking as you just
Mm.
lift, and uh, with another rumble underneath you, you sort of lose grip on this crown. It snaps back onto Jupiter's head. Um, a second of those three uh, protective gems has lost its ability to to keep the crown on Jupiter's head.
Mm.
Um, she says, "Good. Didn't want it to be over yet." Um,
Moxie kind of mutters to themselves, like, come on, one more, one more, one more, as they're like trying to keep focus on it, but I think we can still see them, their like eyes are flitting to the sides, like the Emperor might seem okay, but they're still a little bit concerned.
Yeah. Um, all right. Amira, someone runs up to you, one of your subordinates comes up to you. Um, Amira, that is panting, seems to have sprinted over here. Uh, there was an explosion outside, um, near the chamber walls, the against the supports, the north side of the city. Um, we're scrambling to defensive positions. What should we do?
An explosion? How many are hurt?
I don't know yet. It was on the outskirts of the city. We're just scrambling to respond now.
Understood. Um,
Another rumble, another shake.
um,
This time you clock it as not being a flashback.
Great, good. I'm trying to. Would it be possible for me to re roll an insight check? Because I'm trying to decide if she would automatically assume that this was danger, or if she would assume that the explosion is just like an infrastructure issue that's coincidental.
Um, I'm gonna just give it to you without the need to
Okay.
roll. While there are occasional infrastructure issues, occasionally, some things, some of the rocks, some of the foundations need to be reinstalled as with time, with erosion, with just the shifting of the plates of the earth. Some of these things need to be readjusted, reinstalled into more firm ground. Um, an explosion seems unlike anything that you've encountered or have heard of. Any sort of construction crews needing to overcome. Definitely your danger bells would be ringing at this point.
Okay. Then she's gonna lock in. Um, to this subordinate, make sure that we have wings set outside, headed towards protecting the outskirts. Um, I want inside here, the Emperor protected first, children second.
Heard, yes, mom. Go and is just sprints away. Grabs.
And
I think grabs the like people who were guarding the doors to the box. And has them go off with them, leaving you alone in the box. Are you going to? Sorry, go
I
ahead. You looked like you were gonna say
Yeah,
something.
yeah. The last thing that she's gonna do in that moment is I'm gonna send a message to Jupiter. Um, all nervous energy around Jupiter is gone at that point. And it's Emperor Jupiter, we have a situation. We need to get you out and protected as soon as possible.
Um, a message comes back to you that says, "Protect the people first, but acknowledged." And she begins within the arena, not really stopping the fight, but just sort of starts drifting towards the box, um,
Can I
in a
send one more
safe way that
message?
doesn't sure.
Um, it's to Captain Magma.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm gonna say, danger in the arena. Do your job. You've always insisted. Do it now more than ever.
I never do anything else. Heard, chef, and goes back to um exactly what he was doing. Maybe a little bit closer to Jupiter, maybe a little bit seeing her shift, maybe tries to like nudge her along a little faster than she's ready to go.
Okay.
She's sort of the mind of like, well, I'm not gonna take any opportunity attacks just because something's going on. Like, I'm not gonna go faster than I need to. Um, all right. Incidentally, her main focus once it goes around to her turn, yes, things are going bad, things are developing. Yes, um, something situation is unfolding, but um, two of the gems on her head have cracked, and this monk is getting a lot of free reign onto her. She's gonna reach up a little bit less concerned with the politeness of where she's grabbing you and just try to fling you off of her shoulders.
Oh, wait, no, I was so
I'm
close.
gonna need,
Wait.
I'm gonna need an athletics or acrobatics check, please.
Oh, apologies. Fire. Oh,
Ooh,
that was 27.
I rolled a 30.
Ah!
I rolled a natural 19. I'm so
Oh my
sorry.
goodness. I was so
Um,
impressed with my roll.
I mean, you did phenomenally. You managed to like s almost like spider monkey crawl around like her, get like on her back and like get off of her shoulders and just sort of like crouch like you're like standing on her hips and just sort of like dodging her arms, but eventually one of her hands finds one of your wrists and she just flings you. Um, you're not going to take any damage because you did roll exceptionally well at your acrobatics. You're going to be able to tumble, catch yourself as you roll, slide in the dirt on 2 feet and one hand in sort of the classic
Flicks the
triangle
hair up.
pose. Yeah, safe, but no longer in your ideal vantage point. Um,
Oh, come on.
an announcement uh, an announcement comes over the loudspeaker. They've been, sort of live casting the event, giving color commentary as it goes, very WWE. Um, I haven't wanted to like take up a bunch of time with just like throwing in the color commentary live, but let's just say it's been awesome. The crowd is loving it. Um, you do hear, now, remain calm, everybody. We do seem to be having a bit of a situation, but I think we've got it under control. Uh, and then sort of muffled, like, I'm sorry, who are you? Who are? And then the communication cuts short. Um, just incidentally, if anyone wanted to know that's the thing that's happening.
I think they might
But
be a
no
bit
big deal.
closer than the
Carlin, it's your
explosion.
turn.
Can I see
Um,
that from where I am? Like
the
the color
box,
yeah.
the color commentary box. Yeah, I'll say that there's a sort of like there's in the stadium box. It's sort of close to you. It's sort of off to the side of the arena, just a sort of private booth built into the top back of the stadium, sort of behind all the seating. Not the best view for them, but clearly enough for them to be able to see. Yeah, you see, make a perception check. Do better this time. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. 22. Yeah. Definitely see. Um yeah, you see where have been two silhouetted figures, one much taller than the other, through the window, animatedly giving color commentary. You see the back of one of them, you see some movement, you see some flashes of purple and blue arcane lights. Not the casting of spells that you would be familiar with or like expect if they were the ones casting them. You know them pretty well, you know their repertoire pretty well. This does not seem to match their profile of abilities, as far as you are used to.
Um,
Yeah, it seems
in
chaotic in there.
in that case, I'm not in the initiative order, but I have a bonus
Please roll
action.
initiative if you would like
Okay.
to get involved.
Yeah.
Um, 17.
Can I
That still
also roll
puts you at the
into
top
that?
of the initiative order. Yes, please. I was just wondering if I needed to ask for again. Yeah, okay. Awesome.
Oh, I'm real bad at it.
Like a true Tortolan, bringing up the rear. Sorry, you have just the same speed as everyone else, except the
That's
dice think
cellist.
otherwise, I guess.
Yeah, what we're learning is Emily hates turtles. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Little rights.
I'm just teasing you.
Um, is go ahead and do what you want to do, Amir.
Oh, okay. So I am going to uh freak out because it's my turn now. Um, I'm going to touch the wall and use my stone cunning to gain tremor sense. So that
Oh
anyone
shit.
touching the stone within 60 feet for 10 minutes, I will know where they are. Um, and that's like on the ground in the
Amazing.
stone. So that's bonus action. Then action, I would like to use thaumaturgy to enhance my voice. And
Hmm.
say, order the forge to the ready. Um, protect the emperor, protect the children. Something is happening.
Okay. So booming out from the box, there's no more music, there's no more there is no more announcers, so no major you're not competing with anything to be heard. So very clearly, everyone hears this call to action. Um, Order members do begin snapping into action, even more accelerated than they were. Seemed like they were moving into action, but sort of like trying to seem like things were calm and orderly. They were trying to not cause alarm. But if there's an announcement being made, there's no need to pretend. They start running. They start moving to. They start calling to each other. They start pulling out
Yeah. And
weapons. Um,
And Amira knows that that's going to escalate things, but seeing what just happened in the box and seeing what just happened to the announcers, it's like that's too many things to be a coincidental. Like, we need to get on top of this.
Right. No, 100%. It's a good call. Just yeah, I will say a little bit of a panic starts in the crowd. There are people who start there are several people who start like climbing over each other to leave. They're like, I don't know what's going on, but I don't want to be a part of whatever it is. I like this is too much. There's people who are like confused looking around. There are people who are like sort of looking around and then turning back into the action saying like, it's probably fine. Um but I would say the chaos level has definitely increased. Is there anything else that you want to do on your turn, Arena? With that tremor sense, you do know that I would say the box was within the internal tunnels of the arena. I think the box would be within 60 feet. I think you get the sense that there are um four figures in that room that are moving about chaotically, clearly some sort of fight. I mean, not surprising with what you've seen, but clearly some sort of fight is going down between the announcers and two intruders.
Okay, I'm gonna start to use my movement to get there.
Awesome. You'll get halfway there this turn.
Okay.
Um, awesome. Uh, Carlin.
So Jupiter is leaving, just walking out of the arena, I'm presuming.
Yes. They haven't quite like lost their ability. Like they're still focused on the battle, but they are starting to back away from you. Though are definitely giving you the respect to not turn their back on you. You've gouged out a significant chunk of their flesh at this point.
And is Moxie now not on their shoulder anymore? They've been thrown to the ground, have they?
Yeah, I'm
Correct.
on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably about like 15, 20 feet from the Emperor.
There is a moment, there's a flash in Carlin's eyes where they see their opponent retreating and think this is when you strike for victory. And then they hear the announcement and the call to get the children to safety. And that kind of resonates with them deeply. So they're gonna use as much of their 40 feet of movement as they need to run towards Jupiter, but will stop when they reach wherever Moxie is on the ground. Will extend a hand down, and whilst offering them a lift up, will turn back to where Ilrock is and say, as loud as they kind of possibly can over the noise, and then it's like, looks like the fight is changing, but it doesn't mean it has to end.
I think Moxie just like kind of slightly awestruck, like just takes your hand and is like, uh-huh.
And then in whatever direction the soldiers are running, assuming that is the opposite direction to where Jupiter's going because they're going to safety, I don't care. I'm going to use the first of my blessings of the Raven Queen to Misty Step 30 feet in that direction and just going to appear closer to where the squadron is moving.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'd say there are some stairs that extend out of like out from the stadium like down into the arena for people to could exit directly from the arena, but who needs stairs when there's Misty Step? Yeah, you appear several rows into the stands up this staircase, in and amongst people who some of who like bump into you as they're trying to leave. What the most of the soldiers are headed towards this side, this exit, but there are civilians trying to make their way out to a bit of confusion as some of the soldiers are saying like, hey, stay back. Some of the soldiers are saying, yes, run to safety. A lot of mixed messaging happening right now as this is not something that was expected. But yeah, you're able to start making your way to the door.
My rage will drop because I haven't attacked anything. But after using Blessings of the Raven Queen and teleporting, I am resistant to all damage until the start of my next turn.
Ooh, good to know. I'll keep that in mind. Awesome. Ilrock.
Well, everyone's leaving and there's a call to leave. So Ilrock is not stupid and is also leaving. Probably following following Moxie or similar. I mean, they had a nice sparring match beforehand. So that's at least a relatively friendly face in this massive crowd of people that she doesn't really know otherwise. So yes.
Fair enough. Wonderful. Yeah. We'll run up to Moxie and run with Moxie.
Yeah.
Are you also going with Ilrock? Are you
Yeah, I'll be like,
what's the
oh,
plan
do you
here?
want to go that way because we can go fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with it.
I
Yeah.
can if I can expend a focus point to use Step of the Wind, which means I can dash as a bonus action,
Mhm.
and I can take Ilrock with me, so we can go 100 feet.
Oh wow, cool. I like
Yeah,
this.
Rock, you're
So I
just like
just like
jogging up, and then
Swept,
to
just swept
prove
off her feet totally. I
to
mean,
prove
she
that she's
can,
better than everyone else, she's just like, "Come on, let's go!" Run 100 feet in front of everyone.
yeah.
uh dodging, weaving between
Hmm.
people. Um, Forget protecting the children. I have to get out of here. And you just sprint around, weaving through people, sort of like jumping between benches just to like get for as far as you can, as quickly as you can. Ilrock almost like dangling in the air behind you, taken aback by the sheer just power of Moxie's legs. Really potent stuff.
I think
Yeah,
I
you
like
guys
I kind
make your
of
way.
deposit Ulrich somewhere, and I go like, I can do that a few more times. So I'm gonna go back and see if anyone needs help, and I'll be back. Before you know it, they just like run off
Zoomed
back
off
into
again.
the thing again.
Yeah. She's like the
Awesome.
little road runner, like an actual road runner. Wow. And spunky.
Incredible.
Love it.
I'll say, Ilruk, you're pretty close to the exit already. So
Cool.
at your next turn, I will give you the first sort of glimpse into what's going on outside. Before we get there,
Ooh.
um,
Exciting.
before we get there, we have a few more things. Arthur, there's a lot of chaos happening around you.
There's a lot of chaos happening, but I was looking at Amira when all of this kicked off, so I probably saw her start to move towards the commentary box, and I heard the announcement. How far am I away from her? Like, can I start to head in her direction?
It's going to be you're able to see that she runs internal, so she's left the
Okay.
box through a sort of internal structure that you can't see. You have lost vision with her, but you know where she's going. You're able to put two and two together, assume that she's going to check out the box, which the box itself is not particularly far from you. You are
Great.
on that side of the arena. I will say, you would be able to make your way there, honestly, within the round if you wanted to use your full movement.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna head for the box. Not because I'm concerned, but because it will be annoying for her if I'm there ahead of her. Um, obviously. Not because I'm
True.
concerned.
Obviously.
Obviously. Yeah,
Um,
Arthur's gonna pick up the pace, maybe like using their little claws that they have to like kind of encourage people out of the way, as they try and get to the commentary box, as he tries to try
Wonderful.
and.
You arrive to the box from the outside. It's not necessarily meant to be entered from the outside. There's a sort of open-faced window, not blocked by anything, just sort of open out into the crowd, where you're able to see that there's a gnomish soldier and um, a an orcish soldier as well. Both protecting each other's back. The gnome who you assume to be Lieutenant Lightning, based on the voice and based on the fact that they're throwing lightning spears at their assailants, sort of against almost near the window. Sort of like sees you approach out of the corner of their eyes and is like maybe a bit alarmed. Oh no, maybe there's a third assailant here. Not expecting to see someone. Uh, Fighting uh, against the two is there is one person also sort of clashed in a melee um, with Sergeant Surge, who is dual wielding daggers. They look to be coated in poison. Is just like dodging in and around, swiping at, stabbing at, doing anything they can to take this noble woman out. Whereas she is standing her ground, knocking them aside with a mace in one hand, a shield in the other. Behind the rogue, there is someone just shooting lightning bolts around, like just sort of like trying to find any sort of angle, throwing lightning bolts, throwing magic missiles, um, some sort of spellcaster, which you, especially as a historian, is like are aware like, oh, that's not normal. That's rare magic. That is not usual. Like I'm the magic boy around here. What is going like
I'm the magic boy around
whoever's
here.
attacking
So true.
yeah, it's definitely a surprise. As much as
Okay.
this whole thing is a surprise, it's definitely would pique your curiosity, just sort of
And
historically, like, oh,
that's
that's
weird.
very
Um,
unusual.
can I tell so the attackers, can I tell their species at all? Like are they dwarven,
Um,
humanoid,
sure. I'm gonna
bears?
say the rogue is a drow, and the wizard is a human man. The rogue
Okay.
looks to be like fully dressed in ninja gear. It's sort of hard to make out their their face. But they've got the hood, they've got their a mask, they've got you like even see like shuriken on their sides. Like they're um maybe a bit of a multi-class. Let's be completely honest. But the human man has a goatee, has sort of like salt and pepper eyebrows, looks a little intense,
It's
has a
giving
bald
Grand
head.
Vizier is what I'm
Um,
hearing.
it's kind of giving Grand Vizier a little bit. Yeah. They look
Um,
intense, they look focused.
okay, well let's cause them problems. I will cast a hypnotic pattern into the room.
Yes.
Um, which is a wisdom save, DC 17
Sure
for everyone.
is.
It affects all four of them.
Okay. Gonna roll first for Lieutenant Lightning. Does a 13 save?
Does not save.
Okay. Sergeant Surge is gonna roll as well. I hope a 27 save.
27 for sure saves. I am not God,
Oh,
so yes.
wonderful. Um,
I am simply a
awesome.
magical boy.
Um, you're the magic boy. You're the one who spellcasts.
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be for the rogue ninja.
Oh, fuck.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a
That's
pass.
pretty good.
I'm
And
silvery barbs. Go to sleep. Fucker.
okay,
Are
solid.
we allowed
That
to
makes
swear on
they
this
have to
channel?
re-roll, correct?
I hope we're allowed to swear on this channel.
Y- Yes.
Yes, that's a
If we're not
reroll.
allowed to swear on this channel, I'm in a lot of trouble.
Um,
Um,
yes, that is reroll and use whatever is
okay.
lower.
A natural one is
Yes.
lower, it turns out.
We love to see it. Please go to
Yeah,
sleep.
that's excellent. And our wizard boy. Um, oh, damn, that's
Okay,
pretty good.
fair.
Um, 21.
So
Yeah, so
one
Lieutenant
on each
Lightning
side.
freezes in place with a with a spear in the air, as does the drow just sort of like starts shaking their head. Other two
Yeah.
keep going, keep at it. All right. Anything else that you would like to do or have in your arsenal on like a bonus action or anything?
I don't think I have any bonus action attacks or anything like that. Um, Please hold. I remember writing the word bonus in really big letters on my character sheet. When did I do that? Ah, healing word. There's no one in range to heal, I don't think. I could heal Lieutenant Lightning. Why not? He's probably taken some hits at this point. I'll put a
Yeah.
healing word on one of those two, whoever looks the most beat
Sure.
up.
Probably probably Sergeant Surge looks more beat up just because she's taking both attacks from both members, and Lieutenant Lightning ironically is only getting hit with lightning at the moment.
She recovers 12 hit points.
Wonderful.
And that is my turn.
Awesome. We're getting into the end of the session here, so rather than just go through a whole extra round of initiative right this moment, I want to describe a few key things that happen. Amira, you are able to take in the scene that has been as described, as complex as it is, as annoying as it is that Arthur is already there helping you.
Happy to help.
Um,
It looked like you needed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're able to. Next week we'll see how you continue to handle the situation. I want to focus in on Ilrock as Ilrock gets to the doors. You see many members of the Order of the Forge getting into position, not only flanking each of the doors, not only do you see people assembling on towers, not only on this building, but and all four buildings at the corner. You see them assembling, protecting the gates of the castle, which is sort of down the alley to the right from here. You see the enormous hexagonal prism shaped palace, just golden, resplendent, beautiful, heavily defended at the moment. And then you turn and look in the other direction where a lot of the scramble is going, and you see, yeah, a large number of both people, monsters, just a wild assortment of a large assaulting force coming into the city. There are people sort of like almost um almost spider-like, just crawling through holes in the cavernous ceiling, swarming on the chains and poles that connect the city to the outer walls, just beginning to mass. And you see several people flying through the air. What looks to be several um they're a bit high in the air, a bit hard to make out, but several robed individuals just throwing down fireballs into the city. Um, there is chaos. There is screaming. Civilians are running around. Most people seem to be headed towards the palace amidst a sort of red, glowing crystal light that is beginning to emanate through the streets as resonance from the palace itself says, just calmly on repeat, maybe a pre-recorded message of um, evacuation order has been given. Please retreat to the palace. Evacuation order has been given. Please retreat to the palace. And that's where we're going to end this first session of the Heartforge Siege. Lots
Oh
of fun to come,
no.
folks.
Oh
Things are
no.
just getting started.
Holy shit!
Hopefully, we'll see you back next week to watch whatever happens next. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much to my wonderful players for joining me, and hopefully not being too upset with me for throwing punches at you.
Thank you,
Sort of what you
Emily.
signed up for.
Thank you for a fun game.
Thank
Yeah.
Yeah,
you.
this is
Phil's
great.
No
fault.
problem. No problem.
I also punched more
There
people
is.
than I got punched by, so.
Hey.
Hey,
Exactly.
that's a victory.
Exactly.
I
It's
think
all a
that
I'm gonna
means
win.
you
go
won
around.
D&D.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and let my players um, go around, say once again who they are, where they can be found on the internet, what else they're working on, if anything they want to shout out, and then yeah, go ahead and do it in the same order we did to start the show.
Yeah, hi, I'm Chloe. I'm known as Chloe with the Flow pretty much everywhere. I do a bunch of stuff. Mostly I am on Deck of Many Aces, which is an actual play D&D podcast made with actual asexuals. And we just had episode 100. So the campaign is long, but it's nearly done. We're coming into the finale, so it's very exciting time. I'm also on podcast RWD, or Rendezvous with Destiny, where we play Scum and Villainy, which, if you don't know, is basically Star Wars with the serial numbers filed off. Shh, don't tell them. So that's very fun as well. And the other thing that I do regularly, I'm guessing on a bunch of stuff like this every so often, but there is an audio drama which is called Caduceus, but some of the letters are replaced by numbers. And right now I can't remember which letters they are, so you'll have to go if you look me up on Blue Sky is where I am mostly at Play with the Flow. I've got a link tree on there, and everything I'm in is on the link tree, so that's probably the best way of finding it. But yes, in that I play Quinn, who is a oh, can't give away spoilers. Quinn is left alone on a spaceship that she has to kind of be fixing up and everything. And I also play Cynthia, who is a robot and has stolen Quinn's voice. Haha. It's a bit of a psychological horror. It's yeah, it's very fun. Yeah, that's it from me. Thank you for having me.
I have been Mike and will remain so. You can find me at Run Like Craig on Blue Sky, Run Like Craig 1979 on Instagram because I'm old, which also means I have like 4 posts on there because, Instagram. And you can also find me over at Pantsers Tables regularly, alternate Fridays, playing D&D in a long form campaign. Soon to be on the other Fridays playing Daggerheart as a new campaign that kicks off, and various other things and other parts of the internet too. But Pantsers Tables seem to like me and keep inviting me back, so I do a lot with them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I also, if you're ever in need for awful, terrible NPCs for any games you play, Chloe can confirm. I will write you one or more, and they will ruin your life.
My players very much liked Mike's silly NPC. They were their favorite character.
Ah. So, hi, I'm Ray. This is like a new and novel experience for me to be doing something in terms of streaming any kind of RPG or anything online. So, yeah, I don't really have much to add on to other people who've just been before me and have like a wealth of experience. I'm kind of slightly scared and intimidated by now. But if you want to find me online, it's not that I do much with it, but if you want to find me online, then you can find my Tumblr blog at the Manta, or you can find me on Blue Sky at YA username. And I'm also the Manta85 on Discord as well. All right. Thank you.
I am Leah, and I am unfindable on social media by intention. Um, I don't use it. I get too distracted. But this is also baby's first actual play. So continue to come back here next week and watch me here next week because that's where I will be. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Miranda. You can find me on Blue Sky at mdebenham1 or on Instagram at Miranda Debenham. I don't have anything cool of my own to shout out, but I would love to shout out my friend Ella Watts, who is creating a new rock audio drama. It has like original music going on as well as the audio drama itself, and you can find that at Atypical Artists on basically everything. It's very cool, and it is called Phantom Pulse, which is the name of the fictional band in the audio drama.
Um, awesome stuff, guys. I've been Emily. I've been running the show, trying to keep things on a pace. I'm here on the transmissions a lot. I'm in our sort of flagship show, Blood and Lyrium, which is a an RPG set in the Dragon Age universe. We're just sort of a bunch of like normal villagers, NPC type people who found themselves trying to survive a blight and finding solace in one another and finding maybe we have some strengths and some party balance after all. We're 3 seasons in. It's a wonderful, wonderful story. I play a dwarf who is a mother, who is a blacksmith. Surprise! I like dwarves. That's why I have a beard and why this game is the way that it is. But yeah, that campaign just means so much to me. I also run another game here on the channel. As of recording this, we just finished playing through season 1 of Project Solar, which is a cyberpunk RPG that I'm running. It's very like, what if the future was super bad, but we changed it into a better future? But what if things got worse a little before they got better? It's fun. It's epic. I'm very excited with how that's going so far. And yeah, anything else I'm doing, I'm on the internet as Emily Bard 20. You can find me on Blue Sky. You can find me on Instagram. You can find my link tree, which I should probably update with some of the more recent stuff that I've been up to, but has some of my older stuff on there as well. Thank you so much for everyone who has come to watch. I'll probably be in the chat hopefully when this airs live. So hopefully I've been talking to you this whole time, but also thank you so much to my amazing players, whether this is your first actual play or your 75th actual play. Um, Amazing, amazing work. I'm really excited with how this is going so far, and I can't wait to see how things go over the course of the story. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll go ahead and see you guys next time. Love you all. Be good out there. Be safe. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.